hope you guys are ready to have fun because Donald J. Trump is not holding back on The View, and we are very close to the election. We have a failed Kamala Harris press run. We have a failed, and I mean, and you know what's crazy about this is I don't think they were ready for this. I don't think they were ready to show this wasn't a part of their plan. It wasn't a part of their plan to have Kamala Harris have to do all these, The View, Colbert, 60 Minutes. It wasn't a part of their plans. A part of their plans seemed like Donald Trump would be out of here, and Donald Trump would not actually be here enough, to the point where she would have to do all these appearances. But apparently, The View is melting down. Kamala Harris is melting down, and we have to talk about this. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to smash the like button. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Trump hilariously trolls Whoopi Goldberg on stage, and she has a meltdown of a lifetime. Not just her, but Sunny Hostin. And we have to talk about it because Donald Trump is not holding back on these ladies. He's not holding back at all. So we're going to be playing this clip. And it all started with this, by the way. It all started with this. And I'm pretty sure Trump saw this clip of The View speaking badly about Melania Trump and his relationship with her. Take a listen.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
They agree with you.
She doesn't want to be the first lady. She destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want anything to do with him. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she does.
Yeah, how do you?
Okay, so we know this. We hear this. And Trump decides to go full throttle against The View. Take a listen to this.
I watch that stupid View where you have these really dumb people. Whoopi Goldberg said, would you participate in a movie? She made some movie on basketball. This was before I ran for politics. She said, oh, you're so great. If you ever ran for president, you'd win. Politics can do strange things to demented people. Now, I've hired Whoopi to work for me as a comedian before this stuff, and a long time ago. And I went, and, I'm not particularly shy about what I hear. Her mouth was so foul. She was so filthy.
Oh, they're not going to like this. Guys, I smell a meltdown coming in. Make sure to smash like. We got 600 people in here. Let's get the likes up right away. This is one of those videos.
Dirty, disgusting. Half the place left. I said I'd never hire again.
Well, thank you for watching.
Yeah. As it turns out, I was filthy. I was filthy. And stand on that fact.
You want to stand on the fact that you were filthy? As Trump said, politics does something to demented people. But this meltdown right here is even worse because she's admitting she was filthy.
Yeah. As it turns out, I was filthy. I was filthy. And stand on that fact. I have always been filthy. And you knew that when you hired me. A headline, babe, at your casino, which I might have continued to play had you not run it into the ground.
Exactly.
But
Does that.
Listen, how dumb are you? You hired me 4 times. You can go to William Morris and get the things because I know you all are going to be looking for it. So talk to.
So that means you worked for him 4 times. That means you accepted to work for Donald Trump 4 times. So why do you hate him so much now if he gave you a job and fed you? Isn't that telling?
William Morris, you hired me 4.
He's melting down right now, fellas, ladies and gentlemen.
4 times, and you didn't know what you were getting? How dumb are you?
Go ahead, Connie, your turn.
Well, I have a personal legal note.
Yes.
Donald Trump, I want to thank you for personally telling so many lies and committing so many alleged crimes and providing us with material on a daily basis. You help us do our jobs, and I'm so appreciative.
And she's dead serious about it. But I'll tell you guys, look, they're saying the quiet part out loud. They saying that they can't survive without Donald J. Trump. Isn't this crazy? Look what they're admitting live on the air. This is what they're admitting live on air is that, and this is what I told you guys. I said, yo, CNN and all these people, excuse me real quick, they can't wait for Donald Trump. They live because of Donald Trump. I want you to listen to this. They're saying the quiet part out loud, and they're mad because Donald Trump is on stage roasting them, and they're mad. Once again, smash the like button. We got 383 likes. Let's get these likes up, because the ladies at The View, this is what it is.
Go ahead, Sonny, your turn.
Well, I have a personal legal note.
Yes.
Donald Trump, I want to thank you for personally telling so many lies and committing so many alleged crimes and providing us with material on a daily basis. You help us do our jobs, and I'm so appreciative. Because of people like you, a former prosecutor and legal expert can become a fixture on a show like this. And again, I'm so grateful. I admit I may not have spent as much time in a courtroom as you have.
That's a good one.
I was also recognized with a Special Achievement Award by the Department of Justice. You remember the Department of Justice, right? It's the agency that's been pursuing you for decades. And like Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, I've had a history of prosecuting sex offenders. So thank you for keeping people like us in business. And as for dumb questions, you're always welcome to come here and answer some, if sitting so close to a...
So this is the breakdown right here. They're admitting that they can't do the show without Trump, and Trump is keeping their views up. ABC pretty much. Trump is doing this for mostly all the mainstream liberal media. Number two, they're sending an invite to have Trump come on the show, which I don't think he should ever come on the show. Ever. The way they've spoken about him and his wife. But isn't it crazy that they're admitting the quiet part out loud, and it's so corny to see? This is the meltdown that they're having over the fact that Donald Trump got on stage and started roasting them and started telling the truth about the fact that he's hired and fired Whoopi Goldberg. And once again, you look at all these Hollywood celebrities, because these are Hollywood celebrities now doing talk shows and now speaking about politics. But the reason they're able to do this is because of Donald J. Trump. And they're admitting it live on air. There's a reason why CNN has kind of flipped on the fact that they kind of don't even want Kamala to win, because they know that for their ratings and for the sake of their network, Trump losing is really bad news for everybody. So trust me, all this stuff that they're saying, they really, really, really want Trump to win at the end of the day, or they want Trump around. Why? Because it brings them money and it brings them topics and it brings them things to talk about. This is what the media does. This is how MSNBC survives. This is how they survive. But Donald Trump always has other plans. In fact, this dude is so hilarious, and this is why people love him. This is why some people hate him. Look at what he decides to do after he finishes talking about The View. This is another meltdown that people are having. This is what he says about our military. Take a listen.
These are not woke people. But I had this little clip, and I thought you'd find it very interesting. It's the military of the past. Let's call it the Trump military, compared to the very woke military that we have now. I think you'll get a kick out of it.
You little scumbag! I got your name! I got your ass! You will not laugh! You will not cry! You will learn by the numbers!
Happy Pride. Happy Pride Month. And actually, let's declare it a summer of pride.
So you're a killer? Sir, yes, sir! Let me see your war face! Sir, you got a war face? Ah! That's a war face! Now let me see your war face! Ah! Bullshit! You didn't convince me! Let me see your real war face! Ah!
I hear it and I know that
Yo, Trump. Yo, you out of line, blood. Who is coming up with this stuff that he is doing? What is happening in the yo? This is genius, bro. He's literally look at he's doing. He's Full Metal Jacket, right? He's no way. No way.
You didn't convince me. Let me see your real war face.
I hear it and I know, I know you wanna take.
You will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death, praying for war. But until that day, you are pukes. You are the lowest form of life on earth. You are not even human fucking beings. You are nothing but unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibian shit.
How to abracadabra, these bitches know I got answers the way I.
It looks to me like the best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass and ended up as a brown stain on the mattress. I love working for Uncle Sam. I love working for Uncle Sam. Let me know just who I am. Let me know just who I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine Corps. 1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine Corps.
So it's a little exaggeration. Probably really not that much, actually.
This guy is hilarious. Donald J. Trump goes on stage and calls out the woke mob as he is making the comparison that our military was once one of the toughest militaries in the world, and now we are headed down a path we did not think we would be in, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I got some more to show you about Kamala's failed press media blitz. Take a listen.
Privately freaking out about her lack of visibility, Kamala Harris is flooding the zone this week with a blitz of back-to-back media interviews. But it's a who's who of friendlies. She'll be chatting it up with the ladies on The View, getting chummy with former radio shock jock Howard Stern, and then she'll talk to late night's ultimate liberal kiss-up, Stephen Colbert. Harris getting herself ready for all of these hard-hitting sit-downs by appearing on something called the Call Her Daddy podcast. Watch.
I'm curious, like, you don't do too many long-form interviews. What made you want to do Call Her Daddy today?
Well, I think you and your listeners have really got this thing right, which is one of the best ways to communicate with people is to be real. This is a moment in the country and in life where people really want to know they're seen and heard and that they're part of a community, that they're not out there alone. And so I'm really glad to be with you.
Andrea Mitchell is encouraging Kamala to maybe do an interview with a host that isn't wearing a sweatshirt.
I think they've got to double down on doing more interviews and serious interviews. The business world, they don't think she is serious. They don't think she's a heavyweight. And a lot of this is gender, but she's got to be more specific about her economic plans.
I'd give credit where credit's due. Tim Walz going on Fox News Sunday and Shannon Bream grilling the knucklehead on all those times he repeatedly misspoke.
A lot of people would say they couldn't get away with saying, I'm just too passionate, my grammar's not right, I'm a knucklehead. What do you say to the American people who think, I don't know that I can trust this guy with all those modifications to be the potential commander-in-chief of this country?
Yeah, well, I think they heard me. They heard me the other night speaking passionately about gun violence and misspeaking. And I got to be honest with you, Shannon, I don't think people care whether I used IUI or IVF when we talk about this. What they understand is Donald Trump would resist those things. Look, I speak passionately.
Judge Janine, what does it say about the Kamala Harris strategy that they've changed it 180 degrees 4 weeks before the election?
Well, you know what's interesting is we just came off of one hurricane, and there's another Category 5 that's scheduled to hit Tampa and Florida. And instead of taking the opportunity to prove to the American people that she's interested in them, she is now twisting it to, I think I'll do a little humor with Howard Stern and Stephen Colbert, and then I'll go on The View. None of it makes sense. The woman is risk averse to the media. And And this isn't a media blitz. They call it a media blitz. She still avoided most of the media, as Andrea Mitchell said. And instead of taking the opportunity to say, America, I hear you're worried about the FEMA money. I'm going to get out there and make sure you get that money. But I think that if she needs to be transactional, if she needs to get something out of it, be transactional. Think about it this way. If you take care of the American people, maybe they'll vote for you. But I hadn't heard that quote before. When she was on that podcast, she said one of the best ways to communicate with people is to be real. So then why did she pick Tim Walz? Because we really don't even know who the real Tim Walz is. The guy's lied so much. And it's not just about the rank and the war and the weapons of war and being on the tarmac. It's the DWI and the DUI that someone was chasing him and all that other nonsense. And then, of course, the IVF. And he lied when he said Trump's against it. Trump said he's going to give it to Americans who need it. But his rationalizing is, I'm passionate. Forgive me. I'm a knucklehead. Forgive me. That's not an excuse and that's not an answer. And finally, if he thinks he's gaining sympathy or social status or he's preserving his false sense of who he is, the question that American people are asking right now is, who is the real Tim Walz? Which one is coming to the White House? And when you draw on your real life experience, Tim Walz, like which side will you draw it from? The real side or the lying side?
Why do you think she's changing her strategy, Harold Ford Jr.? I mean, she had a strategy locked in. She was going to rise above. And now she's just going into all these venues, soft venues. But why do you think she changed?
Hope you had a good weekend. I did. Good to be back around the table. To everyone, it's such a solemn day. I know we'll talk about this in the third block, and I look forward to it. My prayers go out to all of my friends. This is such a tough moment. To this issue, I think that we've been urging her to take long form interviews, to do a press conference. We wanted more debates. At least I wanted more debates. I think everyone around the table might have, at least at some point. And she has decided to do that. I think what she has unveiled and how she's doing this is that she has a different way of closing than President Trump is going to close. I wish both of them would do another debate. I wish Vice President Harris would sit not only with 60 Minutes, I wish President Trump would sit with them as well. I wish she'd sit with more and take some of the questions, even tougher questions than she faced in some of the settings that she's been in. But she's doing this, and she's basically making it clear that she doesn't believe that undecided voters.
I want to show you guys a video real quick. Speaking of Kamala, failed media blitz, speaking of The View failed, all these failures that are happening, I think this rounds up everything in the best possible way. I was looking for this video. And I think that we'll close it out with this one. By the way, if you guys haven't smashed the like button, please smash the like button. But I think this is the best coverage of what is going on right now, heading toward the election. Take a listen.
So you were never supposed to know that Kamala was this bad because Trump is supposed to be dead and she wasn't supposed to have to do all of these interviews. I don't think that people understand what was supposed to happen. You have to understand that they have already tried to kill this man twice. They did not want this man to be the nominee for president. They certainly do not want him back in the White House. So the plan was to kill him, to probably, install Nikki Haley as the Republican nominee. She had the second most delegates, right? And it was supposed to be between Haley and Kamala Harris, and Kamala wouldn't have had to do all of these interviews that she's been doing. She's been on this media blitz. So now a lot of people that did not know how stupid she was before, like a lot of people that did not know that this person cannot talk, can barely articulate a thought, like a lot of people that didn't know this are now discovering this. And so her campaign's in free fall, and she's likely going to lose. But like I said, you weren't supposed to know that Kamala Harris was this bad, this stupid, this empty, because Trump was supposed to be dead, and she wasn't going to have to do all of these interviews that have exposed her to be the absolute moron that she is.
Okay, not my words, these are his words, but what do you guys think about Rob Smith here? I don't think he's that far off, really. I don't think this is a part of their plan. I think in a way, it all has backfired on them. This wasn't supposed to be it. Trump was supposed to be gone on July 15th. Like, am I tripping? Right? You could call it a deep, dark conspiracy theory, whatever it is you want to call it. But it does feel like watching The View, watching all the media blitz, and watching, it doesn't feel like this was not a part of their plan. They were thinking Trump would be out of here. Just me. This is just my opinion, along with Rob Smith, our opinions. July 13th, excuse me. July 13th. Sorry, July 15th. July 13th, excuse me. Sorry for misspeaking there. I don't know why I get these days. I don't know why I keep always thinking it's the 15. I was live streaming it. I should know this, but I want to forget that day so much that I forgot the date. And I want to really forget that date. Not really, but I do want to forget it because it was kind of traumatizing watching it on live. But just like my reaction, a lot of people thought, yo, it's over. It's done. He's out of here. And then we don't have to put in that much work for her. We're just going to install her. That was not a part of their plan. I think Trump has been stomping on these people's plans for a very, very long time. So let me know what you guys think about that. I could be crazy. We're watching the media blitz. We're watching this fail. We're watching her be exposed and fake accents everywhere. And people are waking up to the fact that she is not ready for prime time, that she is probably just another puppet. Just another puppet. And then we're watching Trump survive all these things. And we're like, well, this doesn't seem like they were planning ahead of this. I could be wrong here. Smash the like button. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Let me know how you guys feel about the media blitz. Let me know how you guys feel about Whoopi Goldberg melting down and crying about the fact that she is filthy and all these crazy nonsense things that she is chatting about. Let me know what you guys think about that below. I will be back with a bigger and better video for you guys. And we are getting very close to the election. Things are getting very interesting. Hurricane just happened. We're going to be covering a lot more of all of this on this channel. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Smash the like button. I'll see you guys on the next one.